Here we're going to use Venn diagrams to calculate conditional probability. Conditional probability is the probability of something happening given that we already know some other condition. Now there's a special probability notation for that, and you can see that here. This particular notation means the probability of A given that we already know that B is a condition. In terms of this Venn diagram, that means instead of looking at the whole Venn diagram, which represents 10 things, that's 1, add 2, add 4, add 3, we're not looking at the whole population. We already know the condition B is a precondition. So we're only looking at the items inside B. And out of B, we're asking, if we know those are the only 6 items that we're interested in, what is the probability that the item we pick is also in the group A? And that's these two here. So the probability of picking an item in A, given that it's already in B, is 2 out of 6. We've looked at the items within B and asked, what's the probability it's also in A? In the second question, we've been asked the same sort of question, but the other way around. This time, the precondition is that it's in A. In other words, what's the probability of B given that we know A? We know it's inside A, so this is our total this time. Our total is 3. What is the probability it's also in B? Well, that's 2, because there are 2 items that are in A but also in B. So the probability is 2/3. In the third question, we've been asked, what is the probability of A given A union B? A union B is everything that's inside A and inside B. So we're just ignoring the 3 outside. So our total size of our group this time is 1, add 2, add 4, which is 7. We want to know, given that, what's the probability that we pick something that's in the subgroup A? Well, that could be either this or this, which have a total of 3. So the probability is 3 over 7. In the final example, we've been asked, what is the probability of B given A union B? Well, this time we have the same area. We have A union B, that's the area inside A and B. And we're interested, if we're only picking from those items, what is the probability we pick something that's in B? And that's this collection plus this collection, which totals 6. So it's 6 over 7. So this is conditional probability using a Venn diagram. Copy the diagram and the questions on the left-hand side, explain in the middle column, and then have a go at the questions on the right. Pause the video now and play on when you're happy to go through the answers to the questions on the right. Now the questions on the right. The first question, A given B. So we know we're just looking at B. We're just looking at those 7 items inside there. So the probability is out of 7. We want to know, if we're just picking from that group, what's the probability it's also in A? Well, that's 2 out of 7. In question 2, we're asked, what's the probability of B given A? This time, we're just looking at the items inside A, which total 3. We want to know what the probability of B is, and that's 2 within that group. So the probability is 2/3. Next, we want to know the probability of A given A union B. So A union B is everything inside the 2 areas that make up a total of 8. Now we want to know, given that is the limit of what we can pick from, what's the probability we pick something that's in A? Well, that's this and this, which is 3. Finally, we're looking at what is the probability of B given A union B. A union B being inside the two areas with the total number of items as being 8. B totals 7 of them. So the probability of picking an item that's in B, given that we're just picking from A and B, is 7/8. And that's our final answer.